Foreword Introduction. Foreword by Dr. George Charles Pappas. Wouldn't you like to experience a lasting sense of wholeness and peace that is unshakable no matter what may be happening around you? Complete fulfillment is the promise of My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas. Within these pages, you learn how to look and navigate through life in a whole new way. You will understand your purpose and how to receive the abundant gifts waiting for you. By making a critical transformation from a reactive to a spiritual being, you will increase your creative energy, get control of your life, and enjoy new spiritual levels of existence is rooted in the perfect union of the physical and spiritual power already at work in your life. Get ready to experience this exciting realm of awareness, meaning and joy. Imagine your life filled with unending joy, purpose and contentment. Imagine your days infused with pure insight and energy. This is the power of the book My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas. It is the path from the momentary pleasure that most of us settle for the lasting fulfillment that is yours to claim. Your deepest desires are waiting to be realized. As an individual who feels well blessed, I share the content of My Miracles with special appreciation for the bounty my life has realized. I do believe the desire for an abundant life does not exist just for a few, nor it is new. It exists within all people and it struggles to surface in ways meaningful to each. What counts as success for one is not necessarily success or happiness to another. Fortunately, down through the ages, certain ones who discover keys that work leave a trail of helpful hints for others to follow. Repeatedly, the same profound truth appears and reappears, spoken anew for the people of the current era. These ideas mark the way to the abundant life we all desire. Gradually, a lightened path emerges, but we must be able to see it. This requires a transformation of focus from personality to a higher consciousness. Thus, My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas offer nuggets of inspiration and guidance for those who seek new insights for a more meaningful life. As inner contact is established, we begin to listen to the promptings that arise, how to serve and how to be. From deep within us, a drive emerges to express in its own powerful way. In today's society, a collective realization is emerging that reminds us My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas are not the only value to be sought. Indeed, a heavy emphasis on artificial miracles disturbs conscientious people, so a restatement of how to have it all becomes increasingly important. The all that is there for us is only within the context of our own life, but the keys are available to many who can enjoy a better life if utilized. Empowered, these become the ones who, as their needs are met, develop the desire to link with others who understand the benefits of healthy and wise in order to create a compassionate society. The cry goes out to role models for a needy world, especially for the youth. A renaissance is emerging to redesign the confusing values that have shaped our contemporary indulgent reality. Indeed, the future of the world depends upon the emerging of a new kind of being, one who ponders the importance of guiding ideas, healthy values and right relationship with one's neighbors and with the Creator. A curative impact can be established if enough individuals join together in rethinking the reckless indulgence of our time, whether called a wellness revolution or a wiser consciousness, wherein we honor ages of acquired knowledge. We are speaking of a way of life wherein each component of a man or woman is respected. A divine design, each of us composed of physical, emotional, mental and spiritual natures, is in fact a mystery. We come to learn each segment is to be cared for and brought into appropriate relationship with the other. Centering our attention to any one area of the specific cause or period of time certainly is possible, but if held in narrow restraints for too long, the out-of-balance condition weakens the whole. My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas the importance of self-observation and spirituality in order to establish well-being, the optimum point of wholeness, harmony and balance can realize at any given time through the integration of physical, emotional, mental and spiritual awareness. A certain degree of abundance is required for getting the most out of the opportunities of modern life. My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas are part of the puzzle to bring about societal well-being, but an unrestricted drive for material goods will never fulfill the other elements that comprise a happy and healthy life. My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas are to keep us mobile as we move toward success in all areas of our lives, not just one. As well, its impact is not just for oneself, but to remind us that when true success is realized or a life in vision comes to pass, it blesses others as well. Dr. George Charles Pappas, New York City. Introduction by Carol Paris Hara, PhD. Down through the ages, sages and wise ones have left a trail for us to follow that leads to a great truth. My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas to foster this deep realization in our lives is our work. We must give up what are not to become who we are. My Miracles is an accelerated course in shifting consciousness, designed to awaken the inner you and to ignite the courage needed to transform our perspective. Its truth builds on the foundation laid. Ancient realizations are as pure gold lying in a vault. We are taking them out and sprinkling the nuggets in the midst of modern truism. Empowered as you can be to claim your true nature, be aware these ideas will change your life. Why is it that while many complain of their fate, so few discover great life satisfaction? Because they discover the inner doorway to a reason for being. It may be the pursuit of My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas are a mighty cause or adventure in discovery. Others remain restricted to ideas that hold them in mental bondage. To become it, must ignite a second rocket, not just burn the fuel from physical strength. This secondary assembly of drive is as different as wood and gasoline in its nature. The first life force keeps us alive in the physical sense, but the second makes us alive in the spirit sense. Here we release the inner power to create, invent, and surmount the barriers our traditions have built, traditions that protect the adventurous but challenge the dynamic. They are to be appreciated as training grounds, but some have to go beyond the scout out the way to the future. My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas are the message whispered at the edge of consciousness, in sleep, in dreams, in prayer and meditation to each of us. The Great One calls the sons and daughters home. Allow yourself to hear, believe in your own dignity, and invite your hopes, dreams, and aspirations to come alive. It is only by some bold ones so doing that our human species has come so far. My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas are the message whispered at the edge of consciousness, in sleep, in dreams, in prayer and meditation to each of us. The Great One calls the sons and daughters home. Allow yourself to hear, believe in your own divinity, and invite your hopes, dreams, and aspirations to come alive. It is only by some bold ones so doing that our human species has come so far. The past is a footstool upon which to start as we reach for the stars. Rapidly, humanity is learning the use of truth. It must now choose to use wisely or risk abuse. To fear others or even ourselves leads to misuse of our talents. To power others and ourselves keeps us dream of a more wondrous world. Right use of power is a great goal. The call goes out in the words of Scripture from the wise in silence and art that we can have what our nature needs to be joy-filled. How great can your life be with modification? Are you ready to envision a better world for all? the master shared, you will always have the poor with you. So we envision for others as well new ways of co-working, kindness, self-esteem and appreciation. We are ready to cultivate the earth as the garden it is intended to be a place of inspiration and beauty. Just as the weather clears between ourselves and the sun, our personal fog gradually lifts between the earthly personality and the divine within. The injunction, My Miracles, and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas are to constantly guide us to the realization that we are divine beings thinking, acting, and achieving as we learn to use the amazing resources within us. We are to be creative gods in action, wiping away the illusions of limitation that hold us in restriction. An important and perhaps the most important point in My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas that we get what we want by feeling it into manifestation. We always address this as what we hold in thought. However, when challenged by the power of our own subconscious, what we really believe is what we act out. We clear ourselves so heart and mind can work together. When we think it in our hearts and feel it in our minds, what we hold in thought and feel deeply we activate. When we wish to create, we get into a clear form of energy. Mind begins to spark thoughts and heart stimulate feelings of excitement. We make evoke thought form like an outline, then fill it with feeling. Let us realize this effort vibrates a kind of electromagnetic impulse into the clear mental field about us. Now magnetized, the impulse begins to draw back to us from the higher world that which we are holding in thought. Now read again some of the poetic verses offered and do so with feeling in your chest. You are creating your desire for yourself. The heart center is beginning to serve its rightful purpose. You generate lots of viral energies in yourself and then send them into the creator consciousness and summon attention. Then what you send out returns. The spiritual understanding is preserved in the formula desire, believe, expect. You desire, you believe, you expect. Use this material as true power. First, read the text and sound the poetic pieces, vibrating or radiating the frequencies heavenward. All creation is vibration, and we are using the creative power of divine truth to produce change. It is important to always remember, as we express higher energies, they act upon us. As we use more My Miracles and other published books by Dr. George C. Pappas, energy in our lives, we actually become a person of higher consciousness. It is not just manipulating energy to get what we want, but the wonderful work of transforming our nature by moving from a level of self-centeredness to higher consciousness. Aware now of the high consciousness we carry, we can work to use the creativity of our divine lineage, and it is possible with the collective genius awakening. We call it critical mass intentionality. Remember, to those to whom much is given, much is required. A privileged few have sealed themselves off selfishly from the world of pain. From this, with hostility can result. To share a dream and invite participation neutralizes such pain. Each person take another to assist, to lift, to serve as a tutor or as a guide, allowing the spirit of one to bless the spirit of another. A privileged few have sealed themselves off selfishly from the world of pain. From this, only hostility can result. To share a dream and invite participation neutralizes such pain. Each person take another to assist, to lift, to serve as a tutor or as a guide, allowing the spirit of one to bless the spirit of another. The second takes another, and so it goes, and healing happens. Our attention moves from self-center to doing our part in the human family. When we choose to repair the cracks that destroy a renewed vision of hope emergence, each of us is either a part of the problem or a part of the solution.